I mean, I can't believe it. The Knicks advancing to the NBA Finals since the first time since 1999. I wasn't even born yet. Makes you. I just cried. I mean, I have a video right here. Where I'm just emotional. I grew up a Knicks fan for 16, 15 years. I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? Grew up a Melo fan. Knew that Melo was going to trade numerous times. Stay with the New York Knicks. I've been there, man. The Mike D'Antoni, the Woodson, the Jeff Hornacek, the Derek Fisher, David Fisdale, Tom Thibodeau, now Mike Brown. I mean, it comes a long way. We came a long way with suffering. This was a team that at one point in time had only 17 wins in a whole year. Now with Leon Rose, who, by the way, shout out to him. I mean, ballsy moves. Like, yeah, sure, it made some controversial ones, with the whole Quentin Grimes trade. You could do the Cam Reddish signing. You could do, or the sign/trade. You can talk about the Obi Toppin draft. But that's what it takes to win a championship. You have to be fierce. You have to be engaging. You have to take the chances. You have to gamble. I mean, look at the Celtics. When they signed Drew Holiday, everyone knew that they were going to make the finals, win the championship. And that's what it is right now. The Knicks were this team who, again, controversial. They get rid of Tom Thibodeau, right? At least the ECF, controversial. Why they fire him? They get a better coach. They get a coach who expands their bench, has different ideas, can change it up, switch it up. And that's what it is. Like, sure, Mike Brown wasn't the first option as the Knicks coach, which at first I was like, but he was the right coach. Long tenured coach. He coached LeBron, coached Kobe, Tim Duncan, Stephen Curry, De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Durant, like big name players, right? So for him to jump in his first year with the high expectations, that's the right person to get it to, right? Like, that's what it is. Sure, had a couple skids in the regular season, you're like, oh, like, what is this? But the best thing about Mike Brown is that he made adjustments, something that we didn't see to Tom Thibodeau. I'm not shaming Thibodeau, but he wasn't going to get you a championship. You saw what the Pacers did to the Knicks last year, right? The Pacers with Carlisle expand their bench. They beat us in 6, right? The year before that, same thing in 7. That's what it was. You get Mike Brown, expands his bench, different ideas. Ever since April 20th, switching up the rotation, switching up the ideas, the format, the playmaking. We have won 11 straight postseason games by a margin of 22.2 points each game. We've blown out every team in the East. Sure, East was weak, but that's what it is. We blow them out, right? And like they're decent teams. We played the Hawks, who after the All-Star season, after the All-Star break, they break out, right? It's the Sixers team, sure, 7-game series, but they came from a 3-1 deficit. And you can say all about the Joel Embiid situation, him being injured, but he's never gonna be healthy. I mean, that's what it is. Oh, it's not his story, but I mean, again, like Missoula should have switched it up to work around that Embiid injury, use it as an advantage. Mike Brown did, right? And to get to the Cleveland Cavalier team, who back-to-back game 7s, you lose game 1, you choke game 1 and lose by double digits. I mean, at that point, if your second best player is James Harden, then you know what he does. But the point is this, like, you got to be ballsy to make plays. Like, sure, tampered a little bit with Jalen Brunson, but no one knew he was going to be a big-time player. Not saying that I knew, but I knew he would be up there. I thought he'd be like a solid 18 points per game, 9 assists, like 8 to 18 points, 6 assists, 18 points, 9 assists, whatever, right? No, this guy has flew above everyone's expectations. Whatever you thought, it was 10 times better. right? Get Julius Randle previously, right? Who came from the Pelicans having a double double, has a breakout season. We flip him with Dante for Cat, right? Who's this is Cat's third straight conference appearance. So and this time he's in the finals. So a winning player, right? Best big shooting man in the league. You get a bunch of guys you flipped. People weren't big fans of letting go of Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, R.J. Barrett. But we got OG Anunoby. We got Miguel Bridges. And sure, we gave up 4 fourth round picks. We don't draft well in the first round. I mean, name one player that the Knicks have drafted well in the first round. And I know it's not all about that. You want to do for assets and to trade for a better player. But this is what you do. You get your guy, Brunson, and you build around him. Because his team originally back in 2020 when they hired Leon Rose was a defensive team, right? And all of a sudden they couldn't shoot the ball. They get DiVincenzo, right? They add some more pieces, and the kind of defense kind of sells a little bit. You get OG Anunoby. You get that hot streak. They were 12-2 in January back when they had DiVincenzo and Anunoby, Julius Randle, Hartenstein, Jalen Brunson, and then Mitch Robb, and then a bunch of people on the bench. Who again Thibodeau didn't use. And so then you're like, no, don't give up this team, and then you flip him for Cat, and again controversial, but it works out. Gotta be ballsy, right? Celtics, another example. Gotta be ballsy. Get Drew Holiday, right? You sign Kyrie Irving. It was a fail. Sure, whatever. You get all these signings and these trades. Like you do all these things to get the right pieces, right? And not only does it start from making trades and being proactive in those engagements, but it's also just building your locker room around these players and making sure they match with everyone else. Not being a locker room um, assassin. Just being good teammates around each other. So you can tell these guys all like each other. I mean, a couple years ago we thought like, man, this is a young core, man. We're gonna, this is gonna be the year next year, and then finally this is the year. Like we've been there with the David Fisdales, with the Andrea Barghanis, the Kyle O'Quinns, Alexei Shev, the Sasa Vucevic. Uh, you get the point. We thought Aaron Afala would be something for a little bit. Tim Hardaway signed him twice to bad deals. Evan Fournier, after just one good overseas summer season. Kemba Walker, you gotta take risks, gotta take chances. Is what life is, and as a result, the Knicks are headed to the finals for the first time in 27 years. So, as a Knicks fan myself, man, this is great, man. This is great. This is great, and I honestly believe the Knicks can win a championship. Not being biased is literally just me talking, right? Having a little hoop talk between me and you in the screen, right? Like this is our year. Like we're destined to be this one, man. I'm not delusional. I can't be. You got the Spurs team who's young, sure. That we can exploit that. You're dependent on Wemby. That's what it is. Dependent on Wemby. Your in Fox looks shaky. Their young players are good, but they're too young. Then OKC, like they won it last year. Mike Brown is. I honestly think Mike Brown's better than both coaches in the Spurs and the Thunder. He's gonna make adjustments. He's done it all. So he's done it since September. He's gonna keep doing. That's what it is. Sure, Thunder might be a harder matchup, but like in my opinion, like I'm okay with SGA taking 32 pointers. He only takes about three pointers, three-point attempts per game. Like I'd rather have our best player guard like someone like a Caruso or a McCain, in those moments where that's why our bench will step up big time. So I can't wait to see. Now, let's hold our thought here, because before we do that, let's talk about Game 5. We just saw the Spurs get dominated in Oklahoma, 114-127. I picked some plays here. I'm 43-14 in my record as far as making bets since the start of this channel. Again, only for entertainment purposes, but if you guys already don't have it, make sure you guys go in the comment section and look and try to follow my socials to be more engaging, to figure out more of my recap picks, stuff like that. But wasn't a big fan. I did say in the Discord I was a big fan of these plays because strictly I just didn't know what to expect. Like you want this OKC team to lose because you like the underdogs and the Spurs, but like you're just not a big fan with like you don't want to gamble. As much as I like to put picks, like I don't want to gamble on 50-50 games because you want the Spurs to win, but can they win Oklahoma? They only won the first game because Oakland was off for like 8 to 9 days. So didn't trust it. They also had a lot of points to be given by, so I just kind of went with the over 218, which hit. Shannon Holmgren had 16. We had 13 and a half under. I'm gonna ride it. He's only failed me once. I'm gonna keep his under. His under's like 14 and a half on FanDuel. So hop on that if you have it, if you want to. But that's the only thing I got. I think the Spurs should win for Game 6. That's my opinion. The Spurs should win Game 6. I think they want a Game 7. But it's a toss up between the Spurs and the Thunder because like Spurs play better at home, but the problem is the Spurs are inconsistent. And the biggest issue is like their backcourt in De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. Like Castle, Harper, younger guys, good players, but younger guys, inexperienced, right? Which they have a little excuse. De'Aaron Fox, on the other hand, I mean, I don't know if he's washed, if he's still injured, but you have to have it doesn't have, you don't have to be elite guard. You don't have to be an elite guard to win a championship, but you have to be a consistent guard. Drew Holiday, right? Celtics, Stephen Curry, championship, right? Kyle Lowry, Raptors. The list goes on and on. Like you have a consistent guard play. Think about college basketball. Elliot Cadeau, Will Clayton Jr. When is there's always a consistent guard? Spurs don't have that yet. And Fall has to fix it as the veteran point guard. You have to step up your leadership. I mean, this guy had a double 2 games ago and had a plus minus of -3. How does that happen? You know what I mean? So inconsistent. But I will say the teams that win the team that wins Game 5 has a 2% chance of winning the series. So it's most likely that we're going to play Oklahoma, which we'll go into more of a preview once it's actually figured out. But I do believe we'll go to 7 games, and it'll go in favor of Oklahoma. But I think it will extend it just one more game, right? Gotta play on a Saturday. But man, I mean, that's my play. I got the Spurs here, favored at -3.5. I did a little -3.5, just a small unit. My big pay is on the under 14.5. But yeah, I mean, my honest opinion, Spurs should win this game. Go to Game 7. Oklahoma should win Game 7. June 3rd, Oklahoma versus New York, June 3rd. That's my opinions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys follow my socials. Not making a video tomorrow. Pretty busy day for me tomorrow. So this is all kind of a hoop talk about the Knicks, how they won their conference. OKC Spurs recap of Game 4 or Game 5, and then prediction of Game 6. And yeah, follow my socials for any kind of updates that I make for myself or in the community, in the Discord. All right. All right. Peace.